Hello. So today we're going to talk a little bit about how on earth is it that I feel so busy during the day, but then comes nighttime and I look back and it's like I haven't done much. I can't really see what I've done, and it feels like I've actually done nothing at all. Well, in short, you were busy and you weren't intentional with your time. So it is you were functioning from a place of overwhelm. Now, I've done a series of 3 videos where I've actually given you step by step how to actually just recenter after or while you're in overwhelm mode. But the main thing is you need to also understand what overwhelm actually means. So it really means that you've been hijacked by your amygdala again, and your hypothalamus is overriding your frontal lobe, which is your rational thinking part of your brain. So obviously, if you can't think rationally, everything else is just going to go for a spin. It is very important that you understand. So your amygdala, which is your process, it processes your emotions. So that's why you might feel that you feel like you like this bunny all over the place, and it feels like, wow, I'm so busy and I'm not getting to this and I'm not getting to that. And that is the emotional part that has gone crazy. Okay. Then your hypothalamus, okay, helps manage your body temperature, your hunger, your thirst, your mood, your sex drive, your blood pressure, and your sleep. So you might also find that when you're in this completely overwhelmed state, you might feel that there is no need for anything that involves being intimate. You will find that you are not sleeping well, and you might find that you might be drinking a lot of tea or whatever your preference is, which can also be dangerous. Okay, so your frontal lobe, which is the one in the front, that is your rational part, and we want that one to be active as much as possible. Now, we also know that our brain doesn't always function in our rational mind because a lot of what we do is so much habitual that we actually don't have to think about it. Okay, so it's very important that we do activate our frontal lobe, which is very important. That part of your brain does all the planning, the organizing, the logical thinking, reasoning, okay, and managing your emotions. So, how can you will use these words, and how do you know that when you are doing things, you are actually doing it because you want to? You see, a lot of our overwhelmed states is because we are trying to people please. Yes, I said it. And yes, we do. Especially as mothers, we want to keep everything happy in the household. You are the leading lady, after all. So for you to not let plates fall on the ground and shatter to pieces, and for people's emotions to be hurt, and things just to feel like it's just not working, you actually just try and get everything done, but in multitasking, which is one of our superpowers, but it's also one of the things that tend to get us under. So I will also drop a link below this. If you are not in my Facebook group, all the extra links is in the Facebook group under the videos. You want to join the Mental Mamahood? That is where I support most of the mothers, and it's a safe space. So you want to join that group to make sure that you get all the free material, and also make sure that you signed up to my email list, because that is where I send all the content, and the extra free content goes along with it. All the resources and things that you might need, exercises, everything is in the emails that will be going out. Okay. So you need to understand, as mothers, we are important. You are just one human. Yes, even though we feel like we are superwoman most of the time, we are still just human. Okay. And even though As mothers, our superpower is also to keep all the plates spinning all at once and making sure everybody is happy and everything gets done. We cannot keep doing that ad infinitum. Like, our bodies will eventually tell us, can we just slow down a little bit? But then we get into the place where you're so tired, you don't do anything at all, and then you get frustrated, and then you get irritated, and then you get depressed and anxiety. Everything just has a way of being the one after the other, and the one thing happening after the other. Okay, so it's important that we focus on the things that is the most important. And that is in the overwhelm videos, the 3 steps. In the 3rd step, it helps you to actually go through what is most important and how you know what is important. Okay. We get stuck in perfectionism and then we tend to do nothing at all. And then the plates start dropping like flies. And then we just don't feel like we are worthy of love. We don't feel like we're worthy of much at all. And then we tend to do other things to try and make up for it. And it's not a good thing. It's not healthy. Okay. So the main thing is actually we want to be intentional every day. We want to make sure that our rational part of our brain is active as much as possible. Okay. So the 2 scriptures that we want to use today is Psalm 142 verse 3, which says, when my spirit grows faint within me, it is you who watch over my way. In the path where I walk, people have hidden a snare for me. Okay? So he watches over you at your lowest part. That's always so nice to know. It's so comforting. Okay, and then the other scripture is Proverbs 3, verse 5 and 6, which says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him and he will make your path straight. Okay, so there won't be an extra research with this specific module, but I would love to start a discussion under this video. You are welcome to start one. And the one thing is, I want you to sort of think about what is your habits that you can actually start looking out for that'll give you an indication that you are in overwhelm mode. Overwhelm mode being that you are so busy, you feel like everything is just spinning and you can't just let's just get the world to stop spinning so quickly so I can actually get to something. And the one thing that we need to do is one thing at a time. Yes, we are good at multitasking, but eventually when we are tired and overwhelmed and you start getting to the point where you're not sleeping well, your depression, anxiety, and all those things comes full flood. And then every day becomes a schlep. And we don't want to get to that point because our spouse and our kids are usually the first to feel the afterwave of that. So if you feel in any way that you need to speak to somebody because you know that your depression, your anxiety, everything else just feels like it's not in a place where you actually feel that you are being a leading lady of your household, I want to invite you to send me a message, send me an email. You can find me on my business page in Facebook. It is called Majestic Mariposa Coaching. And you are welcome to come and join us in the Mental Mamahood Facebook group. That is where I serve the ladies most. May you all have a lovely day further. And I hope that this video has in any way supported you. And if it has, I want to ask you to pay it forward because you might know a mommy that might need this message. And it is important that we as mothers stand together and help each other to grow and become healthy and happy again, because we don't just owe it to our kids or our spouse, we owe it to ourselves, because you are more than worth it. May you have a lovely day further. Bye now.